Joining us once again for another In the Legal Know is Vincent J. Russo. And today we're going to be spotlighting Achieving a Better Life Experience, or ABLE accounts. Now, Vincent, you are always bringing attention to new information for people with special needs. So let's start off first with how people with disabilities can save without affecting their SSI and Medicaid benefits.
Okay, great. Let's get into it. So as you mentioned, the Stephen Beck Jr. Achieving a Better Life Experience, the ABLE account, came into law December 19, 2014. And the purpose of the law is to ease the financial strain on individuals with disabilities, allowing them to save monies in an account without adversely affecting their government benefits. And there's a little bit of a backstory here, which is Stephen Beck Jr. He was 44 years old, has a daughter, Natalie, who has Down syndrome. And he was saying, why can't I put money away and save for her? Because if you put money away for that individual, it could impact their government benefits. So he got together with families and championed this new law. And unfortunately passed away just before the law went into effect at a young age.
But what an amazing progress for people. So talk about who actually benefits from an ABLE account.
Okay, so there's a designated beneficiary of the ABLE account, which are run by states, so they're state program accounts. And that person has to be eligible. So what it means to be eligible is the individual must have an onset of a disability before reaching age 26. And if they do, and they're on SSI, or that Supplemental Security Income, or SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, then they're automatically eligible for the program. If not, then we need a disability certification. So it's a document where one is certifying that the person's disabled together with a physician's signed disability diagnosis. So we'd love to see the law change, and they're pushing to raise the age so that if someone is disabled prior to age 26, that account can help them for the rest of their life. So we'd like to see that age later, but right now that's the age.
Well, it makes sense, right? So how does this account actually help them? Okay,
so the way it helps them is that they're allowed to take monies, let's say unspent monies from their SSI check, or if they're in a work program, and they can put it in an account. Other family members, friends can also help by donating and contributing to the account. The account can be up to $16,000 a year of new contributions, so it can grow over time. What's beautiful about this is it grows tax-free. So as the account grows, there's no income tax, and then if you use the money for what are qualified disability expenses, then the funds are never taxed.
So let's talk about some of those qualified disability expenses.
Okay, so the good news is actually in the regulations, they give you a list. All right, it's not an all-inclusive list, but I'm going to quickly run through it. All right, so these monies in the account can come out for that beneficiary for education, housing, transportation, employment training and support, assistive technology and related services, healthcare, prevention and wellness, financial management, legal fees, expenses related to the program, funeral and burial, which is really important, and just basic living expenses. So pretty much anything related to that person's needs because they're disabled would be a qualified disability expense.
And the fact that it's tax-free, too,
yes,
which is so important. So, people are watching and they're saying, oh, I want to learn more. When should I consider maybe an ABLE account? Can you give us some examples?
Sure. And so this ABLE account is able to grow over time without affecting the SSI, or Medicaid. So that's the critical point here. So for an individual who wants to save, they're not spending all their money as it's coming in through SSI, they can put it into the account for future expenses. Also, if they receive a small inheritance or a litigation settlement, a windfall, or even small gifts, that could adversely affect their eligibility. So they can take those monies up to $16,000 and put it into the ABLE account. And then avoiding, this gets technical, but there is a provision in SSI that could result in losing some of the benefit when housing expenses are involved. An ABLE account can help you keep all your SSI check.
Well, you always bring us so much information. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think we learned a lot today.
Great, my pleasure.